Well, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday! We're so excited that you're here for the sneak peek. We're so excited to share with you tonight. I hope that you were able to spend some time snooping through our little Snoop group in Facebook today and go through some of those incredible live presentations from some of the awesome coaches on our team. They're always so inspiring. We really do have the most amazing team ever. And we're just going to share our screen and we're just going to dive right into this because we really want to respect your time tonight. So thank you again so much for coming, and I'm just going to open this up here, if it will open for me. Oh, it's really big. Okay, so first of all, I just want to introduce myself. So my name is Trina. I'm one of the crazy ladies that's here hosting this webinar. I'm here with my partner, Jody, and we're so blessed to have all the incredible coaches from our team here, some of them. And we're excited to share with you tonight what is coaching and what it's all about. So I'm just going to flip through these slides. So just to introduce myself so you know who I am, my name is Trina. I am a mom of two. I've been a full-time coach for a long time. I guess I've been a coach for 6 years now. I technically would say that I was full-time within 2 years. Currently two-star diamond coach. I started coaching in April 2014, and originally I just wanted to honestly lose some weight. I was one of those people that found myself literally crying into a chocolate bar at 11 o'clock one night, and there was an infomercial on, and it was one of those like, hey, do you want to get healthy and fit? And I was like, yes, I do. I really, really do. And so I bought that program, and it was amazing, and I loved it, and I saw results right away. But unlike a lot of people, and you may have noticed in some of the stories today that people share, a lot of people started with a program and they were in what's called a challenge group. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but it's where a coach hosts an accountability space for us to show up and work out together and work on our mindset and all those other goodies. And I wasn't in that. So I didn't have a coach with my program. I was just one of those people that bought something off a 1-800 number. And months later, I was actually praying for a way to stay home with my kids and bring my husband home, because my husband used to work up north in the oil sands, and he would be gone probably about 75% of the time. And I did not want to go back to my old job. So I had been a debt collector for like 10 years. And then I worked in administration, and I tried being an esthetician for a while, but that didn't work out very well. And I've gotten fired from like so many jobs. I'm just one of those people that's totally unemployable, but which is why I have to work for myself. But I just knew that I couldn't go back to my old job. I just knew when I had kids that I was a really unhappy person at my job. I used to drive to my job and literally cry my way to work the whole time because I hated my job so much. And I saw this ad on Facebook, and it was like, hey, do you want to help people get healthy and fit? Do you want to stay home with your kids and spend more time with your family? And I don't know if I was just being totally naive, but it just sounded perfect. And it was like literally the answer to a prayer. So I filled out an application, talked to a guy for like 15 minutes and signed up, not having any idea what I was doing, no experience, no understanding at all of what this actually meant to be a coach. And after I did my first training, there was on a YouTube video, and I don't know if you've ever watched a YouTube video, but another one pops up after, and it said Beachbody's a scam. And I just freaked out because I thought, oh my gosh, like what have I signed up for? What did I get myself into? It said all this awful stuff about Beachbody being a pyramid scam and their products are garbage and blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I am totally not doing this. And I shut my computer and I walked away, and I was like, okay. I went back to praying. I was like, all right, God, no, I mean like a real job. Like I need a real job. I need a real answer. Help me out here. And I didn't cancel my Beachbody account. So I just happened to see on Facebook a little bit later, another girl who I later found out was part of our upline family, but she was on a beach with a bunch of her girlfriends talking about how great their life was. And they had earned these free trips, and they were happy and fulfilled and full of passion, and their kids were happy and life was good. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. And then there was this little thing at the bottom that says, Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wait a minute, that Beachbody thing is real? Okay, I got to try this again. And I did. And so 6 years later, I'm here is kind of the long and short of it. But, my first biggest goal with all of this, you know, I know a lot of people come into this and they're like, oh, I just want to try it, you know, or I just want the discount. We're going to talk about all the options later, how that works. But, and I get that. And I mean, who doesn't want to save money and have a Costco membership? I mean, I know I do. Why would you want to pay full price for anything? And a lot of people just want to dip their toe in or build a side income. But I knew from the get-go that I wanted to bring my husband home. That was my biggest thing, because our marriage had started to fall apart. You know, my second baby didn't even have a dad 75% of the time. She didn't know what it was like to have a dad at home. And I just found our marriage starting to fall apart. And then one night I actually saw a text on my husband's phone from a girl that he works with. And he used to have to fly in and out of all these airports. And he'd have layovers and he'd be with his staff. And she had sent this message and she was just like, oh, I had such a good time with you tonight, blah, blah, blah. But it just gave me a heart attack. And I was just like, and I said to him, I'm like, did you read this? And he's like, oh, we're just friends. It's no big deal. And I just had a panic attack. And I was like, okay, like all my worst nightmares are coming true. You know, my husband is making friends with other women. I don't know anything about his life. You know, my family is being totally torn apart and I have to do something about this. And anyway, sorry. But I just knew, I'm like, this has got to be the answer, because if I go back to my normal job, I'm going to be miserable. I'm going to hate it. And he's going to work up north and our marriage is going to be shredded and my kids are not going to have a dad. So sorry, but I just knew, I was like, this has got to be the answer. And so I just dug my heels in because I knew I didn't want to quit. I knew I loved helping people. I knew that I had used the programs and I loved the products. I loved everything about Beachbody. And I just felt like this had to be the answer, and it was. And that's why I'm still here 6 years later. This community has completely changed our lives, not just my life, but my whole family's life. And I did bring my husband home. He still works full time right now, but he works in town, and my kids have a dad and I have a marriage. And I really believe that it's because Beachbody intervened. And instead of us growing apart, one of the best parts about Beachbody is we do this thing called the 4 vital behaviors. And one of them is personal development. And I started growing. And then when he saw me started to grow, he started to grow. And that whole process brought our whole family back together. And I would not have that right now. I know I wouldn't have that if it weren't for Beachbody. So I'm hell-bent, passionate about sharing this opportunity for other people, because I just feel like this is the answer to so many problems, you know? And I just feel like this is one of those things that can really change somebody's life. And I've seen it happen to our family, you know, and I have been able to earn 6 figures doing this, which again is crazy when I think about it, because I know going back to that first video that was like, Beachbody's a scam. It sounds like such a load because I was such a non-believer, and I totally get it if you're in those shoes right now. But I'm telling you, this is very, very real, and it's a gift, and I will go to my grave sharing this, because I know that there are so many people that need this as much as our family did, and it might be yours. But anyways, sorry, apparently I just got a little bit worked up. But my awesome husband is actually out grocery shopping right now because we're going away this week. But again, it's all because of this. It's all because of this community. And I'm just so grateful, and I'm just so excited that you're here. And I hope that you get to experience some of these gifts in your life because of it too. Sorry. Jody, do you want to share a little bit about yourself? So, this is some pictures of some of the girls on our team. We really do have the most amazing team, and I didn't even get a chance to talk about them yet, but our community and the people that I've met, the friendships that I've made, these are some of the most incredible humans you'll ever meet on the planet. That's how I met Jody, who's going to be the co-host here. We actually met at a conference years ago called the New Leaders Conference, and I've been so grateful that she's been a best friend to me for years. We only get to see each other a couple times a year. We don't even have any pictures together, if you can believe it. And we've been at so many events together. I don't know what's wrong with us. One of these days we're really going to get a picture. But being friends with Jody has changed my life. You know, partnering with her and the things that we've learned together and how we worked, like it is truly a team effort. And, you know, without your team and your community, I mean, I wouldn't be who I am without you guys, and I'm so grateful for them. But Jody, do you want to take over before I just hang out and cry all night and you guys are stuck watching me?
Well, I'm not really sure how to follow that, but okay, I'll try. You're the sweetest. Thank you for saying fabulous things. Okay. Oh gosh. All right. So
Inspirational pregnant lady on the planet.
yeah.
So you can follow up with the fact that she's got like sciatica and all these other crazy things, and yet she's here doing a presentation. She's amazing. So let's just start there.
I'm pantsless right now. So just goes to show you can be pregnant,
Professional pantsless presenter.
pantsless on a Zoom call, sharing your life. And anyway, okay, so a little bit about my story. So I started at the same time 6 years ago, and kind of along the same lines. We had just moved across the country. Not just moved, but we had moved across the country from Ontario to Alberta. And my husband had said, you know what, I just heard this about this, thing called P90X while I was, in the car. And what if we like did that instead of getting gym memberships again? And at the time I had one baby and my husband in Ontario, he had worked from home. And so it was like this perfect situation. I would go off to the gym, except he would never go because when I put the baby down, I'd take off and he never had any time where he got to go. So his gym membership never got used. And so he suggested this and I was like, ooh, I don't know if you can hear my kids right now. I'm sorry. I don't have doors on my office. And I was like, oh gosh, I don't think I can do that. I love that time. That's my social time. Not that I was socializing, but that was like my me time to get out of the house. And little did I know that like normal people don't have the ability to go spend 2 hours at the gym when they have children at home and all that fun stuff. So here we are in this new place. And I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. And it's crazy because all the fears that I had and the issues that I had with working out at home are actually the things that have helped me to thrive the most. That I didn't realize. Things like being able to have day dates with my husband and spend more time with him, whereas we weren't able to do that if one of us would go to the gym and back and forth. Not having to pay for kids at the gym if that was what I was, if we were both going to go. Being able to spend more time with my kids because I wasn't having to have travel time to the gym and all those things. But most of all, that I was able to get results. I have been going to the gym for, ever since I had held a job, thinking that I was so fit, and yet I never had visible results. I had no idea what I was doing with nutrition. I had no guidance. But of course, I could only afford the bare minimum of a personal trainer, and so nothing ever happened. And so here I was all of a sudden doing the exact opposite of what I thought would work, and I was getting visible, amazing results, and I felt so good about myself, and I just kept shouting it to everybody that I was talking to. And of course, people were noticing and commenting, being like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You look awesome. And so I was just talking about it all the time, realizing that I was actually having this like passionate kind of conversation about what was working for me and that I really loved it. And so fast forward a few years and another baby and then another baby. And I had no idea coaching was a thing. I just talked about it all the time. And so here we are, my husband left his job and went back to school. I was a full-time newborn and family portrait photographer. And so and that was something that I didn't expect or think I was ever going to do or want to do. But I actually really loved being successful and having that thing that was mine, that was outside of mom life, and feeling that I had this separate identity that, allowed me to be me and explore the things that I love. But something happened along the way where I found that I was tired, drained, jaded, angry at my clients all the time because I'd be up at 3 a.m. still editing my life away for everyone else's families and saying no to mine all the time. And it was super defeating. I didn't know who I was. I wasn't taking care of myself again because I was eating at the computer watching Netflix so that I could keep editing all night long. And here I was working at home, but it wasn't fulfilling that need anymore. I felt like I was losing myself, losing that identity. I worked so hard to put my husband through school, and because he left his job and moved me across the country for his job, and then decided I don't want to work there anymore. I'm going back to school. So that was fun. So here he was, newly graduated, literally walked across the stage the day after I gave birth. And we were talking about it the other day because he's like, I have no pictures. Nobody was there. I don't remember it really at all because I was just in this daze. He ended up getting vertigo right afterwards because he was so overwhelmed and worried about getting another job away. And he was an intern for one of the football teams, the Canadian football team, and he was just worked to the bone. And if he wasn't working, he was helping me because I was working. And so we had this brand new baby, and you can imagine. So I was having to go right back. I didn't get a maternity leave or anything. And so I guess my point is just that along came this opportunity to do Beachbody again, and as a challenger. And of course I was like, yes, I know that it works. But this time was a little bit different. This time I jumped in with the supplements. I tried Shakeology, and what ended up happening in my mind again was that it kept my milk supply up. It helped me to make it through my 4-hour newborn sessions because I had to go right back to work and take care of posing other people's babies. I also taught other photographers. So I would have these seriously super long days and, needed to pump and all these things. And so I was able to, weirdly enough, find that I had more time because I felt better and that I was filling my cup again, doing that one thing a day that was for me. And so when I was approached about coaching after that first month, I was like, oh, you think I could do this? And I just felt like this constant tugging at my heart and in the back of my head that I should do this. And when I approached my husband, who was, trying to find a job, and here I am being like, let me go and sign up for one more thing. And he was like, he knew that Beachbody worked and he believed in what it could do because he had done the programs. But that idea of me taking on one more thing when I was so drained was a little bit daunting. But of course he supported me and said, okay, it makes you happy right now. Go for it. And we set a deadline. I would give myself 1 year. And at the very least, I was getting a discount on my products and I was able to get in shape. Like, I don't need more than that and to feel good about myself. Like, that's like a huge win. But what ended up happening was I ended up having more time because I ended up earning an income and taking less sessions. And all of a sudden, I didn't feel so jaded anymore. And I was able to pour into those clients in both of those businesses a lot more. So I feel like really strongly that anybody can do this. I don't, it might not be for everybody, but anybody can make this work, whether you work full time, whether you never want to leave your job. You're like, I want to, I want to supplement. I want to have extra spending. I want to have, extra accountability. Or you could be like us and be like, the sky is the limit and I'm doing this full force because this past year I stopped doing photography and just went all in with coaching because that's where, sometimes these things in our lives end up being stepping stones into the next big adventure that we didn't expect. And that's one of the biggest gifts and blessings that I can take from this. And just that, there's all those pieces that you don't expect. And, for me, aside from being able to pour into other women and really be able to feel empowered and pass on that empowerment and be able to connect with beautiful, fabulous, and you know, powerful women that have this like-minded goal and can come from all these different places and walks of life and still have this connection that we never would have found together otherwise. And so it's just such a beautiful blessing in my life. And that's why I think, you know, I'm still here 6 years later, planning to be here for many, many more, regardless of, you know, what the future holds. For me now, instead of at the very least being in shape, at the very least, I have these best friends for life. So I am going to stop rambling.
No,
There's
no.
lots more to share, but
That's so true, because I feel like a lot of times people look at this business as though it's like, I know so many people say to me, oh, well, it's a fitness business, so doesn't that mean I have to be in great shape? And I feel like there's, you know, a lot of times this is really kind of looped into this one space, but it's totally not that at all. Like I try so hard to explain to people all the time, like this business is about, you know, having a growth mindset. This is about learning about leadership. This is so much more involved than just fitness. And you really touch the nail on the head. Like, it's funny, you know, with everything that I shared in the beginning, I didn't even mention that between my husband and I, we've lost over 100 pounds together with Beachbody products and programs. And I really feel like, although that is great, it's the tip of the iceberg compared to the community and the connections and the growth mindset and all these other things. I feel like that just really translates into every area of your life, you know, whether it makes you a better parent or it makes you kinder when you go to the grocery store and you just talk to people. It just, you know, makes you realize that there's this whole other world going on outside of yourself. And I think it just really helps make you focus, like more servant-minded focused. And, you know, it's like you said, that community and those connections, like you just can't top that, you know? Anyway, I could talk about
I think that there's a lot of things,
Mm-hmm.
experiences that have happened over the last half a decade of my life that I could easily have said, like, that's it, I'm out of here. Life is hard. But instead, this is what sustained us
Totally
through those hard times, and being able to have the people and the connections and my, you know, my challengers that are counting on me to be able to make it through those hard times, whereas I didn't have that.
Mm-mm. No, and that whole other, I think there's a whole other level of accountability that happens when you're out front, you know, showing up for other people. And that's just that. I mean, if you want to take it to that almost like a selfish space as a coach, you know, us being there for other people makes us show up for ourselves more. Like I can't quit on me because that's me quitting on the people that I'm, you know, hosting those groups for and stuff. So it really takes you to this whole other place mentally and emotionally when you realize that people are counting on you. And that's kind of what makes it so special, you know?
Yes, and that they don't, these, like the people that we connect with and bring on, don't ever expect us to be perfect. You know, that's part of what brings us together, is that we have this commonality and that we're working towards like being our best selves, our best versions, however that looks like for us. None of us are trying to profess that we have, you know, and even if we do, that lasts like the whole length of our journey. We all have
right.
ebbs and flows. Yeah.
Totally, because nobody's perfect. And so I know so many times people are like, oh, well, you know, what if I, you know, have an injury? What if this happens? I mean, I've had a back injury and not been able to work out for 30 days. And that didn't stop me from being able to help other people. You know, it was just part of my journey. Like you said, life ebbs and flows, and it doesn't mean life's always going to be perfect. You're not going to be in perfect shape the whole time. That's not what this is all about. This is about us, you know, constantly working on being the best version of ourselves and just helping other people find that as well. It doesn't mean that we're these perfect people that don't make mistakes or we don't fall down or that we never eat another donut or have another glass of wine. Like none of that stuff is true. I know I was fearful of all those things. Who could
we are a donut team?
I know I need some donuts. This is Jody's amazing team and her family. Some of her girls there. And we're going to just ask Melissa to speak as well. Melissa is a coach on our team, and she is an amazing mom of 4. Her husband actually just left today to go out of town to work, and she has 4 children at home. So she has graciously accepted this opportunity to just share a little bit about her journey, and she's going to do her best. But
Yeah.
this is the beauty though. Like if we get interrupted by our kids, like we, whatever. This is life, right?
I'm
So
a little underprepared and I ramble when I am prepared, so I apologize now if I go off onto all different paths.
No, go, crazy girl.
But yes, as Trina said, I'm Melissa. I have 4 children. I'm a wife, and I've been with Beachbody for just over a year now, but actually coaching for about 6 months. My journey really started a long time ago. I've been through a few different things, toxic relationships, a lot of high school bullying, postpartum depression with my second child, a lot of things that kind of got tucked away and just considered part of life, never dealt with. I got to the end of my last baby's pregnancy. I was just done, lost, stuck. All my life I had turned to gyms and no carbs, no sugar, basically chicken and lettuce, and that's how you get skinny, and that is the only way to be skinny, and all that matters is being skinny. All those things tucked under my belt don't play a role. No, as soon as I drop these pounds, I'll be happy, everything will be good. Trina reached out to me and I was like, yes, where do I sign? I started as a challenger. I was so excited. I got my package ready to come in the mail, and my daughter was 5 weeks old, and she ended up in ICU for about 14 days it was. I literally received my package the day I admitted her into the hospital. And it was like totally piggybacking what Jody said, like so many things happened that was a perfect opportunity to be like, well, not the time. I'm not doing this. But I was so hell-bent on being skinny that I'm like, I'm not giving this up. So I was in the hospital. I started drinking my shakes and, kind of watching from the back seat, seeing what everybody was doing. And I ended up opening up to the girls in my first ever challenge group, and I was overwhelmed with the support and the love, and like taking time away from the group to personally message me and say, how are you? I hope Evie's doing okay. She is totally fine now. She's a 1.5 years, so everything was good. But that right there was like, wow, this is really amazing. These girls don't know me from the person beside them in the grocery store, and they're taking time out of their day to see how I'm doing. So that right there was like a huge, oh, this is pretty cool. I got home. I literally got home with Evie. She was healthy, good to go. And I went to the grocery store, got all my food, and I meal prepped, and I jumped right in. I lost my first 40 pounds, and I was like, I'm still kind of angry. I still get pretty mad all the time, but like, look at me, what's going on here? This isn't making any sense. Trina, meanwhile, had been pushing the personal development on me, just sorry, Trina, that sounded bad. It's like a really nice way, like, have you picked up the book by chance? No. In the back of my head, I'm like, no, I'm not reading. Like, I just slipped in these workouts. I'm not picking up a book now, too. But I finally gave in, and I had a lot to deal with, a lot I didn't know I had to deal with, and just it all started kind of coming out, and it was like almost literally like as I released this baggage, I lost so much more weight. It was so amazing, but it has made me a completely different person. Like, I knew that I'd overcome things, but I never really gave myself the credit, and I kind of lived in that victim zone and like, yeah, I overcame it, but poor me, or like somebody does something and it was a trigger, and I just really lived in that like everything was happening to me, not for me kind of mentality. And putting the group, the community, my challenge groups, my movement, my nutrition, my everything all together in one big package, I just have become somebody that I didn't know I was capable of being for a long time. And similar to Trina, Nathan and I met a lot of points where it was over. And then, of course, being in the state that I was, well, here I am now, a single mom, not one, but 4 kids. So get ready to pay child support, first of all. And second of all, what am I going to do? Like, my life sucks. But me making my whole mental transformation has done wonders for him and I completely. He says all the time, I don't really know what that beach party is about, but all I know is you're so much happier, which is really kind coming from him. He's not a very deep guy. So Trina had asked me to coach a few times, and I kind of dipped my toe in a little bit. And honestly, if I'm being honest with myself and in hindsight, I did not want people to judge me. That was first and foremost what stopped me. I dipped my toe and I was like, oh God, I forgot she was on there. What is she gonna say? Oh my God. Okay, you know what? I can't do this. And remember, I have 4 kids. I'm a victim. I can't. This isn't happening. So I kind of held back, and then I don't know. It was time. I felt it in my heart. I felt it in my community. Trina had sent out just another little cute message, like, hey, remember how that coaching thing? I'm like, okay, let's do it. So I just dove right in, and I haven't looked back. And it's only 6 months, but it's already 6 months. It's unbelievable. I can't believe I'm running my own challenge groups. I can't believe all the people that I've met. I can't believe that people are coming to me the same way that I came to Trina, saying, you have changed my life. Like, my relationship is better. I'm like, it's overwhelming. It's a sense of gratitude that I can't even really explain. And it just, again, with the whole big circle, all of it coming together, it's just amazing. And of course, like Trina said, the accountability with myself, because I'm human. I have days that I want to be like, F this. I don't know if I should have said that, but and throw it in. But I can't do that. I can't be not caring about myself and telling all these other girls to care about themselves. So it has quite literally changed my life. And yeah.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. I wish I could take every coach from our team and have them all share their individual stories. So I hope if you haven't seen some of the live videos from the other ladies in our group earlier, that you please go back and scroll through them, because everybody's different and we all come from a different place and we all have a different journey, but we're all here because we truly believe that something about this, being a part of this community, it has blessed our lives in a way that it's so good that we can't keep it to ourselves. And that's why we know we just want to share it with more people, because we know that this could be the answer to so many things for so many different people. There's a couple of pictures of our teams out at Summit, so we'll probably touch on that. I can't even remember what's on our slides. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a short little video for you, and this is like a 10-minute presentation. It kind of sums up the majority of all the questions, because we don't want to sound like Charlie Brown's teacher, and it's really easy because we're all super emotional, that we could talk about all this stuff forever. We don't want to talk your ear off, but what we're going to do is we're going to play this. It's probably going to answer a lot of questions. We're going to touch on a couple more things. Then we're going to give you an opportunity to ask if you have any questions live. We're going to answer them. We are going to share this recording in the group if you want to rewatch it or share it with a spouse or a partner or a friend. And we're going to give away as well. We're going to do a draw for anybody that was on live. So later we'll go through everybody who was on live. We'll throw all the names in the hat. And we'll do a draw, and we'll provide a prize for you as well. Anybody who stayed to the end. So we're just going to play this for you, and this should probably take some of the guesswork out of, like, how does this work? How do we earn? All those really basic questions. So if it'll play.
We're so excited that you want to check out what a Beachbody coach is and how you can join our team. Our team is full of a whole lot of heart and a whole lot of hustle. And although we come from all different kinds of backgrounds, we have the common goal of making the world a healthier and happier place. In fact, our mission is to help others achieve their goals and lead healthy and fulfilling lives. But how do we do that? The first way we do that is we lead by example. So we simply practice what we preach, and our consistency and results with our own proven programs and products is what inspires others to get started. So what proven programs and products are we talking about? We're talking about Beachbody. Beachbody is a global leader in health and fitness, and that's who we partner with as coaches. If you haven't heard of Beachbody, maybe you've heard about like P90X, Insanity, and some of our other amazing programs. Back when P90X was released, there were a lot of people getting amazing results and sharing those results online. These people were also supporting and motivating each other along the way. The success stories were pouring in, and Beachbody started looking at their future. When CEO Carl Deichler and President John Cogden started examining the success, they realized a huge part of that was from satisfied customers who were sharing their results and their experiences with others. This natural sharing of the programs and products and their love for Beachbody led them to develop a compensation plan where these coaches would start earning income from doing what they were already doing. And that was the start of the Team Beachbody coaching opportunity. So as coaches, we use these amazing programs and products, and we recommend the best ones for others. We have Beachbody On Demand, which is pretty much the Netflix of fitness. Not only do you get access to our amazing fitness programs that are developed by the top fitness experts in the world, but they also come with individualized meal plans for every single program. With Beachbody, we focus on nutrition just as much as the fitness. Shakeology is hands down the best nutritional shake out there. We have so many other amazing nutritional supplements, and we're constantly creating new ones, including the Performance line, which is even a sponsor of the Ironman. And one of our most recent programs that focuses totally on nutrition and your mindset around food, and it's created by a registered dietitian nutritionist. And we can't forget about our deliciously addicting new beach bars. So the next thing we do as coaches is we just authentically share our journey. We simply share our experiences with our amazing programs and products, which inspires others to start. We share with our friends and family and on social media. And do not let that social media part scare you. We will teach you in our training all about how to share your journey. Now, we want you to think progress, not perfection. We are not perfect as coaches. We're all just real people who have the same struggles as everyone else. But we lead by example, and we show other people how they can get it done too. We push play, and we show up for ourselves. And you do not need to be at your own health and fitness goal to start helping others and sharing your journey. We're just passionate, everyday people who love helping others. And through the consistent sharing of your journey, that's going to inspire people to come to you and ask you what you've been up to, and they're interested in joining. And once they decide to join, we just help pick out the best program for them and their goals, and then we just support them on their journey. So how exactly do we support them online? One way is through our online private challenge groups. These are judgment-free accountability groups where we do daily check-ins, share tips, struggles, recipes, and more to help each other out. As a brand new coach, you can join our groups and add your people to those groups. So why should you join our team and partner with Beachbody? Number one, as coaches, there's no creating meal plans or workout plans. They're already created by the experts. We just align people with the right ones for them. And they're proven to work, so all the work is done for you. Beachbody prides itself in delivering results, and that happens because of rigorous testing and making sure that they're constantly innovating. And I love that they have something for everyone. And number two, no inventory. They handle everything for us, the shipping, the customer service. There's no big buy-ins as a coach, and there's zero sales requirements for you to remain a coach and get commissions. Customers just order through our websites that are given to us from Beachbody. Number three, they are constantly training and supporting us along our business and health and fitness journeys. They host daily trainings as well as weekly calls and even events and workshops. Number four, rewards and recognition that they give us. We have monthly rewards as well as earned vacations for 2, earned leadership trips, and recognition. And these rewards and recognition are earned by helping people and helping your team be successful. And our team's favorite reward, the trips that you can earn. And it's not just for you, it's for your spouse or a guest as well. Our team had so much fun in Mexico this year, and we would love to see you on a future trip with us. And we know you're thinking, okay, all that's great, but how do we actually earn an income? First, we earn a 25 to 40% commissions. We earn 40% commissions on memberships. For example, the Beachbody On Demand annual membership, you'd earn $40. And we earn up to 36% on challenge packs. A challenge pack is one of our memberships or one of our programs plus Shakeology or our performance stack, which is our post-workout recovery shake plus our pre-workout energize. Not only are these a total package for the best results, but when bundled together, they're heavily discounted. So it's the best deal for our customers. So with a Beachbody On Demand challenge pack, you earn $50 to $60. And we have all different options for challenge packs, even a mega challenge pack where your customer is going to get everything they need. And for example, since this is our next big program coming out, a Lift 4 Mega Challenge Pack, they save a ton of money and get everything they need for the best results, and you earn $150. Another way we earn is through residual income. This is when our customers continue their monthly orders of our products. For example, each month that your customer continues their Shakeology order, you get $32 in commissions. Customer continues their performance stack, $30 a month. Their delicious beach bars, $30 a month. So imagine if you had 3 people who are ordering monthly, yours is paid for. And here's the real magic of residual income. Let's say you helped 3 people get started with the standard Lift 4 challenge pack that includes Shakeology. You earned $60 commissions on each one of those, so you earned $180 in your first month. In month 2, you help another 3 people. And those customers from month 1 continue their Shakeology order. You would now earn $277 in your second month. And in month 3, you do the exact same thing, plus your month 1 and month 2 customers continue their Shakeology. In month 3, you would now earn $374 that month. We're sure you can see how that can add up. And on top of that, we also get residuals every year on the Beachbody On Demand membership. So if you had 3 people renew their memberships in 1 month, that's $120 in commissions. And as you decide to grow your team because you can only help so many people on your own, you tap into amazing bonus opportunities. One of our first ones is a $100 fast start bonus. If you sign up 5 new coaches within a 5-week period on your team with a challenge pack or a Shakeology home direct order, you earn $100. And this is really where the magic happens. As you continue to grow your team, you earn what we call a team cycle bonus. This is a little more complicated to explain, so if you want to learn more, ask your coach. But the most important part to know about it is you earn from the productivity of your team. The next way you can earn is through matching bonuses. So if there are coaches on your team who are earning a team cycle bonus, you get 5 to 10% of that. And on top of all that, you can earn quarterly bonuses as you advance your business. And we can't forget that you get a 25% discount on anything you order from Team Beachbody. This is your business that you get to build however you want. Because it's all online, it's flexible hours. You also get to decide if you want to work towards a part-time income or a full-time income. And your goals can change at any time. So don't ever discount the fact that you could make this a full-time income. Many of the full-time coaches on our team never intended to leave their full-time careers, but goals and circumstances change. When you start to reap the benefits of this amazing business, as well as get the pure satisfaction of helping other people and getting those messages of "you changed my life," it's really, really hard to not want to do this every second of every day, especially once you realize there's no ceiling on your income potential and you get the freedom to work the hours you want to, wherever you want to. And as a coach in our community, you're surrounded by amazing, like-minded, and positive people, and they lift you up and push you to be your best self. Being surrounded by these people is one of the best forms of accountability to your own health and fitness goals. So if you made it this far, we know you're ready to get started on our team. First things first, remember, we're always working on you first. So we will ask you some questions and help you choose the right program for you. We'll also recommend the best nutritional products for you and your goals right now as well. And then we'll bundle those together in what we call a challenge pack for you to get the best deal. All you have to invest into building a business of your dreams. And get this, your coach sign-up fee is waived when you buy a package. Your only initial investment into this business is an investment into yourself. These are programs and products you're going to use to better your health. And just like all of our products, the coaching opportunity itself is also zero risk. There's nothing to lose. When you sign up as a coach with a challenge pack, Your coaching sign-up fee is waived, and if after 30 days you're not impressed with the challenge pack, then you can return it. No questions asked. Even if you finished a whole bag of Shakeology, we will take it back empty because we stand behind our products. After your first month, your only requirement is a $15.95 business service fee, and it covers our websites that they give to us to send our customers to order, as well as our Coach Online office to help us run our business. It also covers our 24/7 customer service, as well as the inventory and order fulfillment, because remember, we don't have to stock up on a bunch of inventory. Our customers just order through our website and it's sent directly to them. It also goes towards our support and trainings that are so valuable. And if you or your spouse are active military or veterans, your fee is waived per month as a thank you for serving our country. You can cancel at any time. We don't have any long-term commitments or anything like that. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to either continue or start your journey. And while you're doing that, you'll start our new coach training that teaches you everything you need to know as a new coach. And then the last thing is you're just going to start sharing your journey and invite others, which you'll learn more about in the training. We truly hope that this looks like a great fit for you, and we can't wait for you to join our team. Please reach out to your coach and ask any questions that you have.
Oh, we're back. So hopefully that answered a lot of questions for you. And I know there's a few things that are a little bit out of date on that video. So our newest program that's coming out is actually called Muscle Burns Fat. It will be released to coaches as of July 7th and to customers as of the 27th of July. So your coach can give you the pricing details on those packages as they come out. There's so many different options to get started. So like she said in the video, it's really best for us to find out what your goals are. You know, you may already be in a challenge group right now, and that makes it super simple. And you can walk through, your coach will walk you through how to get started. And if you've purchased a challenge pack in the past, like she said, we just waive that fee and you can sign up as a coach for free. So there's lots of different ways to get started. The most important thing is we just do what's right for you according to your goals. And we're just going to rip through a couple things and then we're going to let you go. But we just want you to know there's some things that you need to be aware of as a coach. So as a coach, we practice something called the 4 vital behaviors. And they are personal development, which is like my favorite thing to talk about that I could talk about for hours. I am the personal development pusher, as Melissa sort of credited me for. But I just feel like this has been such a huge game changer in my personal life. And then I've seen it change so many people's lives. Just the way that we approach life and the way that we approach other people, the way that we, like Melissa talked about, you know, no longer being a victim, you know, learning how to take ownership for things. Like this is just such a huge game changer. And you might think like, how can 20 minutes of audio a day or 10 minutes of a good book a day, how can that change your life? But I'm telling you, I was like Melissa, I was like, I joined, you know, the fitness thing, not the book club, but I'm telling you, it's life-changing. You know, I've read hundreds of books over the last 6 years and it's made me a new human. Thanks. So grateful for that. And then we also have, I don't know if the next slide talks about personal development or what is it, does it go into? But the other vital behaviors are obviously be a product of the product, which is just, again, back to that accountability of us showing up for ourselves, you know, doing the workouts, using the products, you know, taking care of ourselves and making sure that we are obviously not leaving ourselves behind. And that huge level of accountability is a game changer. The other thing is connecting and meeting new people. So that's part of the thing we get to do as a coach. Somebody said recently that we're professional friend makers. And I thought that was kind of cool. I think it was Olivia. And we are kind of like professional friend makers. I like to think of it as people shopping too, because I'm like, who else am I so excited to share this with that I can bring into our team that I know it can change lives. And so that's a lot of fun. And then the last thing is recognition, obviously. So you talked a little bit, or you heard a little bit about the trips and all the really fun things, but we just get to shout each other out. You know, we shout our challengers out. We shout our coaches out for, you know, business rank advancements, for just things we're doing, whether it be that we, you know, have what we call a non-scaled victory. We celebrate a lot of those in our challenge groups where we talk about, you know, the things that we're doing on a daily basis that are just making us better. And so that is a lot of fun. And Jody, I don't know if you want to talk about just sort of all the good stuff they get when they sign up with our team as far as like training and all, you know.
Sure. So both Trina's upline team and mine are part of top teams in the company, the top 0.1%. So we have access to all the goods all the time. That's part of a blessing of having a really great network and a big team of just sister coaches everywhere, is that everyone is always willing to. There's no crazy competition. If I have something to share with you, you don't have to like figure out your posts on your own. We're always here for feedback. We always slides created if you need templates, if you need help figuring out the price of something, like you're not figuring stuff out on your own. We always have access to all of that, and we have a really, really great support system and support network. And I love that. When I came from my, previous business, I felt like I had no one to speak to, and there was just always competition, because that's the field that it was. And I can say in 6 years, I've never felt that way. And I feel like a lot of the credit of that goes to the created, because it's just the kind of vibe of people that we're bringing together. And so you never have to feel like you're alone. You can come to us with absolutely everything and anything. And another thing, just to touch on what she said about the perks of coaching. Sometimes, we don't talk about it, but there is no, this is what separates us from other companies. While we all have great things to offer the world, we don't have to have crazy parties. We don't have to have tons of stock on hand. You don't have to do a certain amount before you're able to earn an income. Literally everything that you do and put out into the world will be back. So there's no we're earning our trips, but we don't have to pay out for a car that we're earning. There's just not there's no take back in that way. And so I really love that what we put in is what we get out.
Totally. And the other thing is too, is I know a lot of people always wonder well, how do I, what do I do as a coach? And so we actually have certain things that we'll walk. So we do have a full coach training university that literally walks you through step by step how to get your business started, how to get it off your ground, how do you load your websites, we really walk you through everything. We also have 5 days a week, we have hour-led business calls for our team. So you can actually be on live with your team, asking questions if you need to, and they walk you through all the business activities you need to do in a day. If you can't get on live, we have recorded business sessions as well, just so that it takes all the guesswork out of what am I supposed to be doing to build my business. We even have these little, we call them our tracker sheets, and it just helps you track your business so that you know that you're actually doing the activities that will lead you to grow your business. So we provide all of those things for our team. So it doesn't matter if you are, on Jody's team or my team, we work together as a unit. Every single coach on our team has access. We are like the Musketeers, but we're more than three. And so we just provide everything for everybody, because the whole point is for everybody to win at your goals, at your vision, and what's important to you. So you literally do have more support, training. There's no way that you can't do this. It's more will you do this? It's all provided for you. It's just that you have to show up and do the work. So I'm not sure. Is there anything else? I feel is there anything we missed?
I feel like we pretty much covered it all.
I think we covered it all. So if you guys have any questions, you can feel free to throw them in the chat. We'll just make sure to answer them quick before we go. And if not, what we'll do is we'll go through after, we'll look at everybody who was on live, and we will do a draw for somebody who is here with us. We'll make sure to post that in the group. And we just really want to make sure that you know that you can go to your coach after this and ask your coach any additional questions, and they will definitely get the answer. If for some reason your coach doesn't have the answer, we'll get it for you. Because the whole point is, like I said, we all work together to help each other succeed. And that's the beauty of this. It is truly about community and, everybody working together. So thanks again so much for coming tonight. We really appreciate your time. We hope that this answered your questions, and we hope you can see how this can fit into your life, how it can bless your life, and how it can add value to your life. We can't say enough good things about this. And we're just so excited to welcome all the new coaches into our community and to be able to pour into you and to see you succeed at the things that are important to you. So thank you so much. And we hope you guys have an amazing night. We'll talk to you soon.